Welcome back to Trials of Mana. We have destroyed the 6 Benevedons, and now we have to take care of the last one, the Benevedon of Darkness. But first, we gotta go to the Jungle of Visions to even get a clue as to where this Benevedon is. Wow, this has to be the most disappointing jungle I've ever seen in my life. There are no monsters to halt your progress, it's just a straight shot to the next town. And they're playing damn drums. I like this piece of music just for the name alone.
Are you sure Peta is around here?
It should be here. Huh. Maybe we should rest somewhere before we search.
No, it says that we're at Peta, but it looks like it's abandoned to hell. I'm not one for exploring lost ruins. Unless my name is Indiana Jones. Let's take a rest here. And you do need to sleep at this abandoned inn in order to proceed with the rest of the game.
Welcome! Whoa, what the? The whole place looks different.
This city is as strange as I heard. I bet we can find a lead on the Benevedon of Darkness here.
Looks like we just time traveled. Or we slept through the reverse apocalypse, I don't know. The game barely explains how this happens, by the way. But here we need information on where to find this Benevedon of Darkness. There's going to be a scholar who knows this information somewhere in town. But first, let's see what weapons and armor we can find here.
Welcome. What interests you?
Here we got some of these swords I can't even pronounce. Alright, so we got the Solaris, the Levatian, not Leviathan, the Arcane and the Cernunius Rod, and the Bryonic Spear and the Gungnir Spear for Reese. Hopefully I didn't botch the names too much, but here you want to get the higher end weapons for your party members. Now it's time to pick up some armor, and oh my god, ain't you supposed to be dead?
Dad? Dad, is that you? You can't go off to fight the Dragon Lord!
Whoa! Calm down. My son is only 5 years old. Oh, you do look familiar. I hope my son grows into a fine man like you someday. Your Highness, preparations are ready. Let us be off to the Dragon Lord's lair in Dragon's Maw.
Agreed.
Dad!
And nobody ever mentions this again or even checks on Duran's mental health. That was definitely a missed opportunity for some more dialogue. Or something. Anyway, let's have a look at the armor. I might have most of this stuff already, but let's try and get the high-end equipment.
Always good to have a spare.
This is useful.
After spending an arm and a leg on armor that might help me out for the final boss, let's take a look at this town. This mysterious town that appeared overnight somehow. I still don't even know how that happened. Something is definitely up with the flow of time here. Is the loss of mana power in the world causing this town to slip into the past? Okay, so there is a right around for why this town is here. But even it's unbeknownst to the characters what exactly is going on. Anyway, here's a little cactus location, kind of in the open again, but you have to go upstairs in order to find this one. And we just got the resetting training points prize, which we do not need. Ugh, well, that sucks. Let's proceed with gathering intel.
This stone tablet contains the goddess's prophecy about the world's end. You can't read it? Fine. I will interpret the text for you. The world will fall to ruin. The tree will wither. The sword will be corrupted and despair will reign in the dragon's domain. But 3 heroes. The rest of the stone was broken off. I'm sure it further describes the world's destruction at the dragon's hand. But we needn't worry yet. The Prince of Volsena and his Golden Knight are on their way to drive the dragons out. The Dragon Lord stands no chance. Since the prophecy said 3 heroes, it probably wasn't even talking about the Dragon Lord. His Highness is suiting up as we speak, you know.
Go talk to the Mana Stone Scholar. Oh, I thought this guy was the Mana Stone Scholar. He's gonna be in one of these side rooms. Do you have any idea what happened here? The ruins are now a perfectly functioning town. I wish I knew, Reese. I wish I knew.
Oh, well, yes, I am a Mana Stone Scholar. There were once 8 Mana Stones, but alas, with the Darkstone lost, there are only 7. However, after exhaustive research, I have concluded that the Darkstone could be around Dragon's Maw, most likely in Crystal Desert.
Now we know where to head next.
My dad. It had to be. What's going on? For now, we better head to Crystal Desert.
Our next destination is set. We are off to the Crystal Desert. We actually quickly flew over this area at the beginning of the video, but now we can go there freely.
Now we can give the Benevedon of Darkness a real fight.
Wasn't gonna. Time to go to Crystal Desert. Don't you disappoint me, Duran.
Ain't that the first time Angela's actually called Duran by his first name?
Here's Crystal Desert. Just like that scholar and Peta told us about.
Let's go find that Darkstone, Duran. Once the Benevedon is gone, we have to save my mother, okay?
Sure. Of course.
Okay, I like this. The characters are actually bonding now. 34 parts into this LP. At least they're not bickering anymore. I'll give them that much. With this being one of the final dungeons in this game, the enemies are now jacked up to be as powerful as possible. Starting with the Guardian, probably the most powerful robot class in the game. They still have the same arsenal of attacks that the other robot classes have, but with added defense and offensive powers. What makes them truly dangerous is the numbers game, as well as the terrain, but mostly if they're with another group of enemies, then they're just gonna cause so much trouble. The terrain I'll get to in a little bit because oh boy is that torturous. This creature right here, the basilisk, I think that's how it's pronounced. They have stone breath, and if you don't have anything that cures petrification or keeps you from getting petrified, then you will get stoned. And getting stoned is not fun. Depending on who you ask, of course, but not fun. What makes this area dangerous is the shifting sands. This is a desert. This is not a snow area. This is a blue sand, or maybe it's white sand with the sun reflecting off of it a certain way, but yeah, this is dangerous. So you have to fight with caution. Be aware that the enemies are not affected by the shifting sands, which is not fair. Not very fair at all. And for some reason the Guardians have a hurricane attack? Okay, I forgot about that one.
We actually beat that monster.
Some of these landslides you can jump up and make progress, others are too steep for you to get up. So jumping is pretty much your best friend here. You can scale a lot of these landslides.
Isn't funny.
Jesus Christ. We got the new enemy type, the Kid Draconius, and gremlins we've seen before. The gremlins specialize in dark magic and did a good job of destroying everybody besides me. And the Draconius is also a dark magic user with the shadow breath. But they can also do a damn good job of tearing you apart with their claws. Because they're dragons. And dragons like to claw shit up. But no, seriously, you gotta watch out for them. You also gotta watch out for these new enemy types too. We got ninjas back. The Dark Assassin and whatever the airborne enemy was. I didn't get a good glimpse at him. Adversary. Okay, that's not even a flying ant. Why is it called that? This game is silly. Now, these guys are on the easier end of things, so you don't have to worry about them too bad. Nothing like the Draconius or the Guardians. But they're still dangerous in their own right. Oh no! Oh look, it's the underground cave from The Rise of Skywalker. As well as Lil Cactus. Love this guy. Lil Cactus always manages to brighten my day up. The prize for finding the next 5 locations is actually pretty reliable. It's being able to view undiscovered treasures as well as Lil Cactus locations on the map. It's insanely good. And now we got another set of new enemies. We got the Wormwood, which I wasted no time in slaughtering, and we got the Beholder. I think the Beholder is the more dangerous enemy because it's in the air and you can't really get to it easily. And the Beholder can also use hard to dodge magic attacks. Some of which can transform the character and there's really nothing you can do about it. Unless you change to another character, then there's something you can do about it. Oh no, I'm tiny! I'm tiny! That's one of the many status ailments that the Beholder can inflict.
Quicksand when fighting.
Oh, and Angela just mentioned, don't forget about the quicksand while fighting, even though it's not quicksand, it's just sand that pushes you around. But, you know, same difference, just watch out. The Wormwoods are of average difficulty. I think they're allergic to Holy Bolt too, so use plenty of light attacks. In fact, I think this is one of the few areas in the game where you need to use pretty much every single one of your magic skills. It's this as well as the penultimate dungeon where you need to have all of your attacks.
I do not like the look of these sands. Beware.
That's not annoying at all. I should probably start controlling somebody else. But Angela's got such good magic skills though. That's why I like black mages so much. They always blow shit up. Anyway, that's besides the point. The Crystal Desert is actually kind of a huge area. That's not even counting the amount of underground caves that you can dip into. Some of these caves will have treasures in them and others are just glorified fight rooms. I can interrupt your moves too. Now let's bully this guy. Man, I need to play Bully again. It was one of those games where I was not allowed to play GTA, or more specifically San Andreas. The other two were fine for some reason, and also I was allowed to play Bully. So it was one of those games. I still don't understand how I was allowed to play GTA 3 in Vice City, though. That is one of those strange mysteries I'll never understand. But then again, our parents really meant to be understood.
Allow me.
Man, there are so many back-to-back battles, I may need to cut some of this stuff for time. Let's make our way back up the hill. Hopefully I can get up here somehow. Come on. Damn, the landslide is too steep. Gonna have to take the long way. Which really doesn't take too long to get back up this landslide. Let's go through here where I was at before, go through this alleyway, and proceed with the rest of the area. Oh, we got more ninjas. And the random Eye of Sauron is here, also known as the Beholder. The Beholder is definitely something of an anomaly in this game. Not only is it a strange eyeball globe, but I think it's one of the few enemies that gives you the most status ailments in this game. Not counting the bosses, of course.
We have to defeat the Benevedon of Darkness!
We're nearly done. Come on.
You should be getting close to done by now. But there's gonna be another low cactus location in this little... I don't know what you call this, a cove? Alleyway? A nook? I guess it's a nook. Anyway, here's another one. We got 3 more sightings left before we can claim our next prize. Anyway, time to fight more monsters! The Draconis enemies are weak to earth magic, and the Beholders have no magic weakness, though they can still take damage from any mana skill equally. The Guardians are weak to ice, but they also absorb fire. Basically, the Guardians will get health back if you hit them with fire. That's different from immunity. If a character is immune to fire or any sort of magic skills, then they'll take no damage from that element. That also means they can't get health back from that element. It just sort of bounces off them.
Not bad.
Now let's run down this landslide and get this treasure chest that's off to the side. It's one Zabel Far Ring. Now the Zabel Far Ring will have dark magic damage. It can be useful for the next boss who mainly does dark magic damage. The only problem is equipping the Zabel Far Ring might take away some of my magic defense and physical defense too. So I might not equip it, unfortunately. The only bad thing about this dungeon is whenever you take these alternate pathways to extra goodies and stuff, you may need to do a bit of backtracking. The landslides, as you can see, can be a bit of trouble. Nobody likes deserts. I don't like deserts. Even though this desert does look kind of cool with the crystals and the whitish sand and all that weird stuff.
I knew I had such power within me.
Let's be honest here. Does this look like an entrance to a cave, therefore you can go inside? Yes, but apparently you can't. Now the game is psyching me out. Now you want to be careful here because there are spikes on the edge of this arena, and if you go into them, you won't die per se, but you'll take a lot of damage. Again, this is something that the enemies don't have to worry about, but you as the player, do. But with these red spikes everywhere, that means we're getting close to the boss of this area.
That was hardly worth the trouble.
That cave entrance is going to lead to the boss. And no, it is not painted on.
No need to trouble.
Thank God. I don't know why that other cave entrance back there was not an entryway to somewhere else, but okay then. Oh no, now I know why. It's a chutes and ladder situation. So basically, if you fall from somewhere else, it just takes you to that location. Where that's actually an exit, not an entryway. Now I know how this place works. Man, it's a good thing I didn't get into that situation. And just fall and lose progress like that. That would suck. One last batch of enemies. I take back what I said about the Wormwoods. They are slightly tougher than they look. Well, they already look tough, but they're tougher than that, honestly. Just keep hitting them in the face, man. Oh no, you're on the quicksand. Oh, get out of here, come on! At least the special moves ignore physics, but I want that treasure chest. I want it so bad. Just get up there. Get up the hill, Duran. You can do it, man. I seen your workout regimen. You don't skip leg day. Now get up that hill. There we go. Oh. Okay, so I forgot to mention that there was another outdoor section before the boss room. Talk about this place overstaying its welcome. And as it turns out, the final boss is actually this kid Draconis right here. He's really doing a number on Angela. The spikes on the wall are annoying. Okay, it's time to stop. We need to end this right now.
I feel like I could defeat any enemy. Look! There!
It's the Darkstone. Wait, but why?
Watch out!
Finally, we get to take on the Benevedon of Darkness. Think we're gonna let you do whatever you want with our world? Ha!
Here's the big cheese himself, Zabel Far. He may look easy, but trust me, he's not. Not by a long shot.
Another one.
Yes, Duran, another one. The main face of Zabel Far. And honestly, this guy looks fucking demented. This is probably my favorite boss design in the game. I mean, sure, they're just floating heads in hyperspace, but they look so damn cool. Okay, we need to talk about Zabel Far's attacks, his weaknesses, and his strategies. Starting off with his weaknesses, light magic. Of course it's light magic. So have Angela or Light Side Duran cast light abilities, and you should be golden. But since Angela is the only one that can cast light side magic, because Duran is on the dark side, therefore he can't, I have to rely on Angela for this fight. That is if she doesn't die. Easier said than done, I know. The boss has over 15 different attacks. This is probably the most attacks a boss has had up to this point. Fetid Breath, which is a moderate magical attack that lowers magic effectiveness and resistance. Fetid Breath is an attack it's not too bad, but you gotta watch out for the other attacks. Evil Gate, which is a right head only attack and is honestly kind of lame. Then there's Dark Force, which is a level 2 dark skill and it's slightly more dangerous but not quite, unless you're Angela, and it comes from the center and right head in the remake. Dispel Magic is more of a debuff in which the party's status and elemental sabers are negated. Then there's all the other debuffs like Dark Curse and Enfeeble and Weaken and Defenseless. Oh boy, Defenseless sucks. But the move you have to watch out for is Dark Beam. Now this is a moderate magical attack, but it also drains your health like nothing else. If you're constantly under that beam, that's half your health gone. and that's not good. Now, the good thing about this boss is he has very little health. This is one of the weaker bosses in the game, or at least the weaker bosses of this part of the game. The only problem is sometimes you need to alternate between different faces and just punch different faces in the face, if that makes sense. I'm sure it does, because this guy needs a good punch. Oh, and I forgot to mention, they spawn enemies. Oh god, why is there a wormwood here? The only wormwood that's cool is Matilda. But yeah, this boss, for him to be the final Benevedon in the game, not really that big a deal.
Allow me.
Stay true.
Next.
The Darkstone reappearing in this realm must have triggered the portal to the sanctuary. Oh no! Oh no! It was a trap.
Huh?
Our enemies absorbed the powers of each of the 8 Benevedons after we defeated them. Oh, that means they have the complete combined powers of all the monsters!
No. But that means everything we did just made the bad guys stronger. I can't let them win. Not like this.
Damn, plot twist. Everything we just did was probably not for vain, but we just made our enemies stronger. We just gave Thanos the Infinity Stones and we didn't even know it. Anyway, I see you guys in part 35. You see that? This is where things come to a head.